Uh, Thank you to Khushi Khalamma, who invited me to join this talk, and thank you to the organizer who is organizing today's discussion. So, my name is Ho Chi Minh Islam. I born in a village which name is Parupur, which is in Bogra district, and Bogra district is the northern part of Bangladesh. So I born in a village and I born in a male body. So in my early childhood, I identified myself as a male boy. But if I think about my memories in deeper memory, if I can remember that I never accepted myself as a male boy. So always I was feeling from my inside that there is a soul inside my body, which is completely female soul. There was a contradiction between my body and my mind. So from that early childhood, I started going to my school, and my school was not okay. Then I started going to my higher secondary school, and there was also lots of problems during my schooling. So I faced such kind of discriminatory words and thus things from my classmates, colleagues, street teacher, school, and then from the institutions also. Then I completed my higher secondary and I started going to my university, and there was also problems like at that time I also wear the clothes, and my outfit was also looks like a male human being. So but I in my university I started identify myself as a transgender woman, and there was conflict because the people and the institution they didn't want to accept me as a transgender woman. And my activism also, like I started when I was in university. I sometimes I go to Dhaka to participate some sort of program or event organized by the feminist activists in our country and human rights spaces. But when, in those spaces, when I also tried to say that I'm a transgender woman, but lots of women's activists and the human rights activists also, like they're not so serious because they thought that I was wearing men's clothes and I identify myself as a transgender woman. And in that time also, I tried to say that I'm not a transgender woman. What is the definition of women? If you identify a women only based on the biological structure, like the based on vagina and based on breast, that is also women. So this is my question. I tried to pick this question actually. So what is the definition of women? So as according to me and my community, the definition of women, it's not biological, it's beyond the biology. So we need to think in broader spectrum. So who am I and how I want to identify myself, that only belongs to me. But when I started talking about the transgender people's rights and Hijra people's rights in our country, so I had to face lots of problems. Also from there was lots of, the Muslim majority country in Bangladesh. So I had to face some problems from the militant groups. So there was two plans to assassinate me. And I had to face that the situation. I survived somehow. And I started talking about the gender and the trans people's rights in our country. But when I go around, like lots of NGOs, organization, agencies, institutions, there in our countries are some sort of organizations who are also working with the women's, like there is Shirin Auntie works with Nari Pokho. But that is also my question. When you guys are talking about the gender based violence, what do you mean by gender? Gender means only only female or women. It's not. So if the gender means it's not only women, so if gender means there is also other genders included, then my question is, you guys are working with lots of institutions, you have organizations, network, but do you really consider the transgender women and hijab women are also women? If you do consider, then I want to ask another question, or I want to put another comments like, do you have your organizational structure is trans friendly? So my question is, and my comment is like, it's not like that I bring some trans or hijab peoples and make them member in our organization institution. It's not like that. I want to make the system more inclusive. So if you believe that no one left behind, or if you want to say my organization and my thing is inclusive thing, so I want the representation of trans or hijab community peoples in there where policies are made. I just don't want to be a member. I want to be there where policies are making, where the decision came. Lots of movement happened in our country according to the violence against women and a lot of things. So I never see any kind of poster which belong to the transgender community, trans women or hijab people's women. So always what happened, we used like as a token. So violence can be in many ways. It can be visible, it can be invisible, lots of things. Like right now I'm studying international program at Bragg James Pregnant School of Public Health, but the structure of Bragg James Pregnant School of Public Health or the higher educational system, it's not in Bangladesh, across the South Asia. The Dalit peoples can't access that institutions. So my question is that I want the empowerment of Dalit women, empowerment of the transgender women. So I don't want to be a part of project. I don't want to be a part of just only a member. So that's the problem. So violence, we can't go there where policies are making. So there is lots of obstacles. We need recognitions. We need such spaces where we can talk, where we can speak. What happened last? I just want to say, like, today we're talking about the gender-based violence.
5 minutes are.
Okay. So I just want to.
I'll put this in the chat in the future.
Okay, so this was my thing, but what I just want to say in one line that, like, the thing is, what I can see as an activist, the people who have the power, they're ruling for the people who don't have power, and majority is ruling for the marginal peoples, and that is also somehow the women's also ruling for the other genders or other trans women's or other identities peoples hierarchy. So I want to finish those kind of violence, and I want to system the more inclusive in, like, from all over the gender spectrum. Actually, that's it.
Thank you so much for starting us off by pointing out that erasure and invisibility are also violence. Thank you so much for bringing up those points.